The other day I finished a 365 days, I don't know, it was a whole year worth of doing love and kindness meditation. And I want to give you guys my experience on it and what I saw, what prompted me to do it. And after that, we're going to do a meditation on how to do it, all right? Not in this video, but in the next video, I'm going to upload a little meditation on it, and almost like a guided meditation. So look, a few years ago, well, before that, when I was 13, I began my journey into spirituality through Christianity. And one of the things that I used to do a lot, I was pretty obsessed with it. I wasn't obsessed with the religious aspect. I was more obsessed about the spiritual aspect of Christianity. And what I would do personally, I would pray 3 or 4 hours a day on the weekdays, because I had school. And on the weekends, it would be 5 to 6 hours a day. And I did that for five years, right? And after that, when I stopped going to church, I would meditate consistently 20 minutes a day. And then periodically, I would go with intense periods of meditation, where it would be 1 hour, 2 hours a day. Currently, I'm doing an hour and a half, 2 hours a day right now. But I will undulate, you know, and I will go a few months of not meditating, which will be short, but it would happen. And I did a lot of styles of meditation, plenty of styles. But I've never done this type of meditation that I'm about to tell you about, which is love and kindness meditation. When I was in Italy, I was studying art last year in Italy. And I was having a lot of problems with the people that I was meeting, because there was a lot of misunderstandings. A lot of people were meeting me, and I was given the impression that for some reason, I was just coming across like a cold asshole. Like, it's the craziest thing. Like, I was like, because personally on the inside, I'm a very nice guy. But I was giving the impression to people that I was this mean person, which to me, it blew my mind, to be honest with you. And I felt, I became depressed because I became aware of something about me that I wasn't aware of. And I would read the comments, and even in my YouTube channel, and a lot of people thought that I was this like evil, toxic, asshole, cold-hearted, mean to his fans type of person. But the thing is, that was just my sense of humor, right? So I was being a little sarcastic, and some people wouldn't see through that, and a lot of people didn't see through that. And if a lot of people don't see through it, it's because it's my fault, and it's because to a certain point, it is actually true. To a certain point, I was actually a mean person. I was cold emotionally, and I couldn't help myself, right? And I didn't know how to change that. I really didn't. And then I started, one day when I was really depressed in Italy, I just started, you know, visualizing myself from a third person's perspective. And I started praying for myself. I was like, God bless Delexis, give him everything. And I was looking at myself from a third person's point of view. And I remember when I did that, I put a lot of effort, like, because when I used to be a Christian, the way I used to pray, the Bible talks about fervent prayer. Fervent prayer is not just praying where you say, God bless me. Fervent prayer is prayer that you put your whole body into it. You're like, God bless me, bless this person in your name. And I remember I used to do that type of prayer for a few hours, and I would finish the prayer and I was like drenched in sweat. Like, it would just take a lot of you. And I began doing that for that meditation. And I remember finishing that meditation, and I just felt unbelievable. Like, I felt so much better about myself. My self-esteem for that moment felt like it went up. And I went on Google. I was like, you know what? Like, there has to be something about this. So I began Googling self-prayer meditation, and I stumbled on metta meditation. I stumbled on that. Metta means, I don't know what it means, but it's more so love and kindness meditation. Now, I've heard about love and kindness meditation, but it just looked like something Jake the Shaman or Melissa the White Girl would do. Like something that's like, oh, I am blessed beyond the universe, that type of shit, right? And so I was like, you know what, man, this looks like some hippie Jake the Shaman type of meditation. I'm not down with that. But because I experienced it, I said to myself, you know what, let me give this a try. And I found in meditation, and I said to myself, you know what? For a whole year, I'm gonna do this meditation as a test. Because even in that time, I was working on this course that I just launched, which was Emotional Mastery. So I was experimenting. For the past 3 years, I've been doing that course, but I was experimenting to see what the results would be with that meditation. 365 days later, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not even gonna lie, I was not aware of the changes. All I knew was that I was happier. I was more at peace. And the people in my life have told me how I come across, I'm more softer. I'm more nicer. And I'm like, should I be insulted by this? Like, I'm like, what was I before? Was I like the spawn of Satan or something? But I was not aware that I was behaving differently. And I remember, like, even myself, if you guys don't know me, and even if you know me from the outside, on the inside, I am a very lovable person. I'm like the Dorsbury Doughboy in the inside. I'm a very lovable person. I love people. But when I was younger, I wasn't raised with a dad. So I didn't know what it was to be a man. I really didn't know. Like, I was raised around women, and I resented that. I really did. Because I'm like, what the fuck are the guys at? Yo, it frustrated me. I'm like, how the fuck? Isn't it a 50-50 shot that you're gonna have a girl? How is it that all you guys are girls? And it was crazy. Like, I'm like, this is some real bullshit. Like, how is it that I don't have a brother, no dad, no uncles? I'm like, you still need to be with Alexis. But seriously, like, think about that, right? Like you don't know where the hell to go, and when you get bullied, then my aunts would tell me to take the beating, and I'm like, this can't be it. I'm like, this cannot be here, man. I'm like, I don't know how to be a dude. I really don't know how to be a man. I just didn't know. So I became cold. You know, every boy needs a man in his life, and it just frustrated me that the women in my life were just giving me this like I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, bitch made advice. Like, I used to get bullied, and my auntie used to be like, just go to the teacher. And thinking back at it, I'm like, yo, that just makes me scared, like a scared little boy. And I remember one time, my mom had a stepdad, and he was a nice guy to me. And when I was bullied, I remember him telling me, like, he was like, yo, beat that motherfucker up. And I'm like, I like this guy. I like this guy. And my mom was like, no, don't tell him to do that, all that kind of stuff. So you can see how I associated being emotional and warm with weakness, because that's what they told me to do. But every time when I was a kid, what I saw was just getting my ass whooped. Like, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? This makes no sense. Walking around in fear. Come on, man. Like, no kid deserves to walk around like that. So I became really hard on the outside, and I would hold in my emotions. And unfortunately, it wasn't hard for me to get a girl like me. It really wasn't, you know? But the issue was that when they got closer, like, they thought that my lack of emotion in my face and my lack of talking about how I felt meant that I didn't like them, meant that I was evil or mean. When in reality, on the inside, I'm a really nice person. It just looks like I'm mean. Like, I can't help it. So then I started doing that meditation, you know. I started doing that meditation, and the first week of doing that meditation, people just started saying, what the fuck, dude? Like you're different. They're like, there's something different about you, Alexis. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. I'm just, right? Because first of all, I didn't expect that meditation to change everything about me. I really did not, right? Like, I was just doing it because I wanted to have some self-affirmation, to talk to myself, to like myself, to be comfortable. And I began just, like, the instructions of the meditation was this. Let me tell you what it was, right? When you talk to yourself, you imagine that you are in the third person, where you're looking at yourself, right? Almost like a ghost. And what you say, you're telling yourself this. You don't say, I wish you peace. You don't say I want you to be happy. You say, may you be happy. Like, from a place of non-determination. Non-deterministic, there's no outcome. May you be happy. May you be at peace. May you be well. Whatever you think, you can pick your own. May you be happy. May you be at peace. May you find happiness. May you be healthy. May you be wealthy. Whatever, right? But make sure that it's non-deterministic, and make sure you put your body into it, right? So when I'm meditating, I close my eyes and I just go like this. And this is me saying, may I be happy. Each time I go like that, it's me telling myself to, may you be happy. May you be at peace, right? And then you go through 4 different types of people, right? And each one gets more difficult to do. It's very easy to wish and desire goodness for yourself. But then you have yourself and other people in your mind, right? The second person you imagine is somebody who you love or admire, right? It could be Robert Greene. It could be my mom. It could be a friend of mine, right? Because they also have a part of yourself in it. After that, you find someone in your mind that you're indifferent about, right? Maybe the local postman, maybe PewDiePie, or that's an example, right? Maybe Biden, I don't fucking know, right? You find somebody who you're indifferent about, and then with all of your heart, you already feel good inside, because when you say, "Man, you be happy" to yourself with intensity for like a whole minute, and then you say, "Man, you be happy" to somebody that you love, you're gonna notice emotions begin to rise. Emotions of peace, emotions of happiness begin to arise from within you. It's just an unbelievable feeling. Just pure peace for no reason. So now you carry this momentum in somebody who you're indifferent about. May you be happy, may you be at peace. And all of a sudden you start noticing you feel genuine love and compassion for this stranger. And that's another part of yourself. The indifferent part of yourself. The part of yourself that you don't love nor that you hate, but that it's still there, that still needs love. Right? Because all of these people are you in your mind, because this image is you. It's just masquerading as somebody else. So that's one, right? And then the next one, that's hard, but the next one is harder. You find somebody who you hate or envy, or who you're jealous about, or who you feel like did you wrong. And what you'll notice is that you're gonna find a lot of resistance. It's similar to when you're in a desert that has hard ground and you have a shovel. It's similar to the first strike of the shovel to the ground, where it's really difficult and it barely penetrates. Where you think about whoever you want. May you be, oh God, I fucking hate them. May you be happy. May you be at peace. Fucking hell, God damn it. And you imagine them having whatever you envy, or you imagine them doing whatever you hate. And you be at peace, man, you be happy. And then the more you do it, all of a sudden, because you're carrying a momentum of peace and wishing well for others, that all of a sudden, it's almost like you're carving new pathways to your brain. And it's almost like when you're creating new paths in a forest, right? It's hard to create the path initially, right? You're just carving new path, right? Getting through the jungle, put in the gravel, put in the asphalt. It's not easy, but you're still doing it. And after a few minutes of doing that, all of a sudden, this person who you used to envy, all of a sudden they represent something else in your mind. Now they represent something you love. And it's almost like you're not even aware that you're healing, because you're loving yourself. You think you're loving that person. You really do, even though you are. But what you really are, it's loving yourself, because your ego is so smart that it masquerades itself as somebody else in your mind. It doesn't tell you that's you who you hate, because that's your shadow side. It'll tell you that's Trump. It'll tell you you hate Biden. It'll tell you you hate Satan. It'll tell you you hate Obama. When in reality, you don't know them to hate them, motherfucker. You don't even know them. What that is your own self-hatred masquerading itself as somebody else and living in you. Oh, and thinking that it's something of your choice, when in reality that's you who have unconsciously been hypnotized into hating yourself. And then you repeat the process again. And the funny thing about this meditation is that one, time goes by pretty fast. You could do 30 minutes of this and it'll feel like it was 10 minutes. And two is that every time you do it, you feel amazing. It is not a high, it is a piece of joy. It is a sense of joy that you have for no reason. You feel happy. So I did that for 5 minutes every day for a whole year. Sometimes I will do it for 30 minutes, but at the minimum I did it for 5 minutes. Anytime I felt frustrated, anytime a woman flaked on me, canceled on me, broke my heart, I gravitated towards that meditation like a lifeboat in the middle of the ocean, and it will always rescue me. And it healed me on the inside. I'm still healing, but it healed me on the inside. So one of the things it does is that it stops you from being so self-centered. You stop strictly thinking of yourself and you start thinking of other people instead of yourself. And you start to develop a love and empathy that will bring you happiness and peace. And it's one of the most powerful meditations I've ever done in my life. And I've done plenty of meditations. This is la creme de la creme. Now, you could start with that. Now, another thing that I like to do is like hanging around plants and inanimate objects, right? For example, or even seeing people. I would sit down at a park bench and I would look at people walk, and I would consciously say to myself, may you be happy, stranger. May you be at peace. With all of my heart. Just make sure to put your whole body into it. And then I will look at a tree, right? A tree. And I will do the same meditation for a whole minute. And then I will look at the sky, at the grass, at the chair, even at my dog who's not here. And I will do that meditation for those inanimate objects. I will have a flower, put it in front of me, and wish that flower well. And studies show that even if you talk well to a flower or a plant, if you have positive affirmations to plants, they actually grow in a positive way. Like, studies show that wishing well on things really does work. And for me, it raised my self-esteem doing this. I feel so happy. I feel so at peace with myself. And this peace has nothing to do with comparing myself to somebody else. It has no logical explanation why I feel so peaceful, why I feel so happy. There's no reason why I should feel this way. There really isn't. But it's because I'm giving love to people. Unconditional love. Especially to the people who I hate and envy. After a while, hate leaves your heart, people. It leaves it. You could imagine maybe the man who hurt you and you wish well. Not an excuse to get back with them, Melissa. Calm the hell down, okay? Calm down. You need to meditate on doing that shit with me, because this energy that you give me is too fucking much. And maybe you need to meditate on this. How about that, Melissa? All right? And I mean, I just cannot, I can't recommend that meditation any stronger than this. This will literally raise your self-esteem in ways that nothing will. Nothing will. You have your own source of positive emotion within yourself. And this is how you tap into those source of positive emotion, people. Through metta, loving kindness meditation. Yes, people. A lot of people say, Delexis, you've been so softer. What did you do differently? That's what I did. That's what I did. I just went back to what I used to do when I was a kid without even knowing it. There's a lot of people who are suffering in this world, man. And I sometimes, when I do this meditation, I imagine myself like a bird hovering around different countries, seeing the Uyghur Muslims in China being in prison and seeing them being as slaves and wishing them love and peace. Going through Africa in my mind, you know, I'm doing the same thing. Seeing the people in Mexico, seeing children crying, just wishing them the best. Not as a white savior type of syndrome, where I'm like, oh, look at little Zimbabwe here. Oh, look at little African boy. Come here, little Africa. Take a picture with me. No, I'm not talking about that. It's condescending, but from a place of true joy, man. And what I notice when I do this, I just want to help people. That's why, remember the story of me getting mugged by the cop? When I got mugged, I went home and did a loving not a loving kindness meditation, but you know, like I felt like giving to people, you know? And when I gave to that person, I felt good, but then I got mugged, right? But every time I give to a homeless person, usually, I don't show people this, but I do it a lot. I give to charity, and it's only because there is a deep sense of responsibility that I feel to help others out, you know? And I don't need to show it out into the world, you know? It's important to be honest with you, to gain influence, and especially for me, because some people think some people think I'm evil people. You guys don't understand. Some people think I'm some evil motherfucker. So it's important for me to show them that, hey, look, it's important for me simply because public image matters. You know, it really does. They don't know me the way you guys know me, you know? So it's important for them to not think that kind of stuff, so that I could promote this message of love, meditation, self-assurance, self-assertiveness, and power for the good people, not for the bad people, you know? So yeah, this is the meditation. This is how I did it, and my life has never been the same. Like, again, the way people say, what they tell me is that I just come across as a nicer person. And most likely they're right. I remember when I remember when I started doing that meditation. It's kind of crazy. Remember when I told you, ladies, that women started approaching me as soon as I got back from Italy? I'm noticing the fucking difference. I think it was because of that, dude. It's crazy. Because as soon as I started doing that, when I got to the United States, I didn't change. Motherfucker, I didn't change. There was nothing different about me. I had a better tan, but I didn't change. But then after that, I just started noticing, like, I just started, like, attracting people into my life. And nicer people, people of quality. And when I would talk to people, I would look at them in the eye, and there was like a sense of like, I wish you well. Like, I just wished everyone well on the inside. And then changed the way I interacted with people, man. And I could just think back so many times when I projected the hostility, when the hostility came from me. It came from me, you know, and I take complete responsibility of that, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna include this in my course. This video is for you guys. Later on today or tomorrow, I'm gonna do a meditation and post it for you guys. It's gonna be something about how to increase feminine energy, because this really does increase your feminine energy in a positive direction. How to heal your energy too. So I'm gonna call it something like that, but the point is for you guys to watch it and do it every morning. Do it every morning. Watch what happens to your life, man. Watch what happens to your life. And if you guys want to learn more about this meditation thing, if you guys want to get a complete in-depth version of this, I'm gonna be doing a 1-hour video, a 1-hour seminar only for my Patreon supporters and for the people who are part of the Emotional Mastery course. So if you want to be part of this seminar, it will be sometime in a week or two. Click on the description down below to sign up for it by purchasing the course or becoming a Patreon supporter. And I'll see you guys inside. So look, when you're done, just give that a try. Meditate, close your eyes. Wish, may you be well to yourself 3 times. May you be well. May you find peace. May you find happiness. May you find health. And do it with your heart and body. Even move. Just go like that. Like, and just go through 5 people. Pop, 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 pop. 4 people. Pop, pop, pop. And then go back and do it again. Pop, pop, pop. And if you want to switch it around, do Trump. I mean, look, man, don't do Hitler, but whatever, man. Do that. Keep that shit to yourself. Do whoever you want in history. Do it to inanimate objects. And just heal. heal through loving others. All right, man. Anyways, I gotta go, man. Much love to everyone, man. And if you guys want to work with Father Alex, go to mindfulattraction.org, and I'll see you guys there, okay? Bye-bye.